Hello, my name is Sean Kouplen and I'm Chairman and CEO of Regent Bank, and thank you so much for joining us for our new series called The 7 Temptations of a Struggling Executive. And these are 7 things that we feel like when executives begin to fall into these traps, they're going to struggle. So we're going to cover number 6 today. Let me give you a very quick review of 1 through 5 in case you haven't been following this. Number 1, there's a temptation to value your career over your company, meaning you'll do whatever it takes to keep your job and you're not worried about your team and your company. Number 2, the temptation to be popular instead of holding your employees accountable. Number 3, the temptation to choose certainty over clarity. You're always looking for more information, you're afraid to make a decision, you don't want to be wrong, you got to pull the trigger. Number 4, the temptation to desire harmony, meaning you don't want a scenario in which your team will not engage and debate issues. You need that. We need a healthy disagreement, not just a whatever the boss says type of attitude. So if everybody's agreeing with you, you need to really think because something is not going well in your organization. And then finally, number 5, the temptation to have all the answers. We feel like we need to know everything there is. That's baloney. We need to have a team that we can ask, that we can be vulnerable, that we can be honest, tell them when we're struggling with something or don't know something. So number 6 is the temptation to pass the buck. Now, what do I mean here? Let me give you a fascinating rule of business. When things are going well, it's all because of me as the leader. I'm the reason that things are going well. But when things are going poorly, it's something else's fault. Can't be my fault. It's got to be the economy, or it's got to be regulation, or it's got to be the competition's just crazy. They're killing us. So we have a tendency to pass the buck. Now, in a worst case scenario, we're passing the buck and blaming it on someone else within the organization, which is an absolute no-no. But at the end of the day, you as the leader must accept full responsibility for the performance of your company, 100%. In fact, there is in a book called How the Best Get Better in Strategic Coach, there is a theory called the no entitlement attitude, okay? And we all need to believe 2 things. Number 1, I will not rely on others for my own economic stability. It's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. And number 2, I will expect no opportunity unless I create value for others. And so what we're saying here in tip number 6 is just accept responsibility. Do not pass the buck. You are the leader. Whether the organization, the team, whatever the case may be, does good or bad, that's on your shoulders. So we need to accept that and not try to pass the buck onto other people or onto the economy or something else. That just weakens us as a leader and frankly really weakens our effectiveness because we're constantly making excuses rather than just trying to figure out a solution. Thank you for joining us for number 6, and we're going to wrap up this series next Friday with tip number 7. It's a good one, so we'll talk to you then.